Guru Sunik Kumar, Guru Pulis.
Hi and good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. We'll just wait for 2-3 more minutes for everyone to join in, and then we can start.
Sir, you are muted. We can't hear you. You are muted.
So the agenda for, sorry, I was muted. So agenda for today's webinar is basically to discuss all the streams. If you have taken a science stream, what are the career options available? So we only look into two career options here. If we have taken PCM, so the best career option is to choose engineering, or if you have taken PCB, the best career option is to choose medical. Write NEET exams and get into a medical college and get a degree of MBBS. But there are many more things which are there. So just to give an idea about if you take PCM, what are the career options available? So definitely engineering is the major portion or major deciding factor when you choose PCM. So the first career option which every student has when he or she chooses PCM as career option is engineering. But there are many more things to follow. So similarly, Gautam ji will talk about if you have taken PCB. So only option available. It's not only that NEET is the only option available, and getting into a medical college and get a MBBS degree. There are many more things which have emerged and which are more hot these days and more sought after these days and highly paid. So basically, we'll be talking about all these things today. So the takeaway from today's session should be that you should, start thinking. So this is basically a starting pointer for you guys. So you can start from here and start thinking on various career options. है ना? So there should always be plan B ready. If you have taken PCM, you are preparing for IIT JEE, and if God forbid you are not able to crack IIT JEE, there should be plan B ready with you, and which is equally equally lucrative in terms of salary or in terms of your interest. So let's start the session then. So this session is primarily focused towards students who are who are choosing science stream in class 11. So there are three portion. Either you choose PCM, or you choose PCB, or you choose PCMB, right? So PCM means if you choose physics, chemistry, and mathematics, that comes under PCM. And if you have chosen physics, chemistry, and biology as your main subjects, English being compulsory, and the fifth subject can be chosen according to your liking. But yeah, the core subjects, either if you have chosen PCM or PCB, or few students even go and choose PCMB, where they feel that their career options will be, they will have larger uh, platform basically, where they can choose any of the career. It can be medical, it can be engineering. So they have not decided yet. So few students want to keep options available with them, so that they can choose it in their later stage, after class 12th or after class 11. They choose all these four subjects, and there are few students who want to do who want to pursue career in genetics and bioinformatics and these things. So these are new emerging careers basically. So where student need to take mathematics also, because they need these data crunching also there in along with the biology part. So so career option, I'll be talking more about career options after choosing PCM. So so first option, as I said, engineering is the most sought after career option. So, the main courses, the main degree which you get after completing your engineering degree is Bachelor of Engineering or Bachelor of Technology. So IITs generally give Bachelor of Technology, BTech degree, and rest other engineering colleges, most of them will give you Bachelor of Engineering degree. So in terms of job placement and other things, it's just that difference in name, and there is no difference in the course structure or the kind of placement which we are going to get. So these are the two different names for the same degree which is being given. So BE, Bachelor of Engineering, BTech is Bachelor of Technology. This is a professional undergraduate degree awarded after completing 4 years of academic study in field of engineering. So generally engineering is a four-year program where all these 4 years are divided into 8 semesters. So 1 year there will be 2 semesters, and first and second semester is common for any engineering graduate, whether you have chosen any of the specific field, either computer science or electrical and electronics, or you have chosen mechanical engineering, or may it be any engineering. First and second semester is common for all these engineering degrees. And after this second semester, the course structure changes. The main core subjects come into study, and where students study different core subjects which is being required for that particular branch of engineering. Then basically, to pursue BE and BTech degree, one should have completed 10+2 with physics, chemistry, and mathematics as main subject. Now there is a catch here as well. There were speculation recently that they are going to make physics and mathematics optional for students choosing engineering as their career. So physics and mathematics may not be needed, only chemistry would be needed. So, but then government took that took that statement back. So, but if once that has come into mind, I think in another 2 years, 3 years, you may see these changes that only physics is required for a particular branch of engineering, only chemistry is required for a particular branch of engineering, or only mathematics is required for a particular branch of engineering. So all these 3 subjects won't be compulsory. New education policy is going to bring these changes. Now these are the list of entrance exams which are there for engineering students. So if we talk about engineering, the main exam here is JEE Mains. So IIT JEE Mains is being it's a national level exam where every engineering college registered with AICTE, they take these marks of IIT JEE Mains and then they offer admissions in the respective seats available in their college. So JEE Mains is valid for every engineering colleges throughout India. JEE Advanced is basically a secondary stage exam which comes after JEE Mains. So let's say around 12 lakh students appear for JEE Mains, out of which 2.25 lakhs or 2.3 lakhs of students get selected for JEE Advanced. And this is an exam which you need to crack to get into IITs. So JEE Mains is for any engineering college, and for IITs you also have to crack JEE Advanced. So for getting in an admission into an IIT, you have to crack both these exams. First JEE Mains, and once you get selected for JEE Advanced, you write the JEE Advanced exam, and then you basically get if you are in top 10,000, you get an admission into JEE Advanced. Then the third exam is BITSAT. This is for admissions into BITS, Birla Institute of Technology and Sciences. So this is a separate exam which BITS conducts basically, and this is for colleges which come under BITS. First is BITS Pilani. Other is BITS. There is one college in Goa and other is in Hyderabad. So there are 3 colleges of BITS right now. So they take under BITS University it comes. So they take admissions through this. There is one more BITS college which is BITS Mesra, which offers admissions with JEE Mains score only. So JEE Mains overall you will find that in every National Institute of Technologies which are there, the JEE Mains marks are valid there. So then the 4th exam you see is VIT EEE. So again, this is Vellore Institute of Technology. This also takes the score of JEE Mains, but apart from that, They have their own exams also, which is termed as VIT AAA. So Vellore Institute of Technology Engineering Entrance Exam. So this is for admissions into Vellore Institute of Technology. Similarly, another college, this SRM University, they have their own entrance exams, SRM Joint Engineering Entrance Exam. Then there is this Manipal University, which has their own entrance exam. Now, all these colleges also take a score of JEE Mains. But if you have not performed well in JEE Mains and you want to again, apply in these particular colleges, and you can do it by writing their own exams as well. And if you do better, you may get an admission there. So Manipal, that is Manipal entrance test. And then you have Karnataka CET, which is for admissions into colleges in Karnataka. So there are many good colleges in Bangalore. And then because Bangalore being the hub of software companies, they have good placements as well. So Karnataka CET score is valid for admissions into colleges in Karnataka, engineering colleges in Karnataka. Again, I'll repeat, all these colleges, they take marks of JEE Mains also. And if you have not performed well in JEE Mains, then you can write these exams. So for backup, generally students fill all these forms. Okay. So just to give you a brief of JEE Mains and Advanced. So JEE Mains is held 4 times in a year from this year. Previously, it used to be held 2 times in a year. It is conducted by a national body, that is National Testing Agency. JEE Main is for admission into National Institute of Technologies, Indian Institute of Information Technology, and other colleges designated as centrally funded technical institutes. So it is for the admissions into each of these colleges. Now JEE Advanced, as I said, it is a secondary exam. Once you clear JEE Mains and you are in top 2.5 lakhs aspirants, then you are selected to write this JEE Advanced exam. It is held once in a year around May 25th. And maximum 2 attempts means you can appear back to back this year and next year as well. So if you want to drop 1 year to get into IITs, you can do that as well. Now it is conducted by one of the IITs. It is not conducted by National Testing Agency, but IITs make their own paper, entrance exam paper. And they are really tough basically. So JEE Advanced is for admission in IITs, Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research, that is IISER, Rajiv Gandhi Institute of Petroleum Technology, and Indian Institute of Science, IISc Bangalore mein jo hai, you get admissions into that as well. Now, if we talk about the competition, one should have a fair idea of the competition which a student has to face. So out of around 12 lakh students appearing for IIT JEE Mains, around 2.25 lakh students are allowed to appear for JEE Advanced. And 1 out of 5 students are selected for IIT JEE Advanced. You can see that out of 12 lakhs, 2.25 lakhs is selected. Means 1 out of 5 is selected for IIT JEE Advanced. And out of these, a total of around 10,000 seats are filled in various IITs. So 1 out of 22 students appearing for IIT JEE Advanced are selected for admission in IITs. So see, 1 out of 5 for JEE Advanced, and 1 out of 22 finally get admissions, who write JEE Advanced exam finally get admissions into IITs. So basically the competition is very tough and you have to prepare really well to get into that competition. So total acceptance rate, if you see, is 0.8%. Out of 12 lakh, 10,000 is getting admissions into IITs. So acceptance rate is 0.8%. These are the list of top 23 IITs. So this is pretty old. There may be 1 or 2 more IITs which had been added. So this is 2 years old data. So top IITs, if you can see, is IIT Kharagpur, IIT Mumbai, IIT Madras, Chennai, we say IIT Kanpur, and IIT Delhi. So again, if you see, IIT Chennai has been considered this year the best IITs, among the best IITs, and then we have IIT Mumbai, and then we have IIT Kanpur, IIT Delhi, and IIT Kharagpur, and then we have IIT Guwahati, IIT Roorkee, and so on. So top 6 or 7 IITs, there is no match of these IITs. They are the best in, I'll say, one of the best in world basically. the kind of brains which reach there, they are one of the best in world. In terms of infrastructure and research facilities, there may be colleges outside India which are better than this. But in terms of brains reaching there, they are one of the best. So best in world, I will say. So that's why, more important is to get into IITs. Then you come across people, come across students who are best of brains in you can say in the whole world. And that's the reason you will see that most of the CEOs in our top MNCs right now in the whole world are being are either IITians or people passed out from IIMs. So these are the two premier institutes in India which are producing one of the best gems. Then these are the top NITs, list of 28 NITs basically. So, rankings are also given: NIT Warangal, NIT Trichy, NIT Surathkal, NIT Delhi. So you can find, these are one of the best NITs. So, this is equally, if you see the top 5, they are equivalent to any of the IITs. But, again, the brand matters. So the brand IIT is outshines the, luster of these NITs. So these are the NITs you can see here. So in these NITs, you get direct admissions through IIT JEE mains exam. So mains exam, whatever score you get, that helps you get into admission in one of these institutes, NITs. Now, just to give you a brief of JEE mains paper pattern, right? So, exam mode for JEE mains is online. It is computer-based exam. Subjects which are being tested is physics, chemistry, and mathematics. It's a 3-hour paper, 1 hour for each section. In general, you get 75 questions, 20 questions, 20 plus 5, so 20 MCQs and 5 numeric answer type. So where you have to calculate the answer and write the final answer there at the designated place in terms of numbers. So let's say you have got an answer of 4 meters per second square as acceleration. So you will write 4 there. There will be an option to type. So you can type the answer 4 there. So numeric answer type doesn't have any negative marks, but MCQs have negative marks. So out of 4 options, only 1 correct option is there. And you get +4 for a correct answer and -1 for a wrong answer. So total marks is 300 here. And just to give you a fair idea of what kind of score you should be looking at. So out of 200 and out of 300, you should be scoring between 200 and 225 to get, an sure shot call for IIT Advanced. So you will get a percentile of around 99 if you score between 200 and 225. You can keep your questions ready. We'll take all the questions in the question and answer session in the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So now JEE means there is another paper. Basically, if you have, so there are 2 courses, BTech and BE or BArch. So for people who are, who want to apply for architecture course, they only have to write 2 papers. One is mathematics and other is aptitude. And this is an online paper and there is an offline paper of drawing test. So basically subjects which is being tested is drawing, mathematics and aptitude. Duration of, again, this exam is 3 hours. Number of question is 77, 25 for mathematics, 50 for aptitude, and there are 2 questions for drawing, where, engineering drawing is required. You have to draw the whole plan basically. Now, objective type question, mathematics and aptitude have objective drawing questions to test the candidates' drawing and sketching skills. Total marks 400. Drawing section will be of total 100 marks. Marking of every question will be given along with it. Then we have another course which JEE has launched. This is Bachelor in Planning. So planning and architecture are 2 things which goes hand in hand basically. Again, exam mode is online and subjects are mathematics, aptitude and planning based questions. Duration is 3 hours, number of question 100, 25 for mathematics, 50 for aptitude, and planning based question is 25. Objective type, these are all objective type, 4 options, 1 correct option, and total marks is 400 here. Now JEE Advanced, which is the secondary exam which comes after JEE Mains. So exam mode again here is online. So this is for admissions into IITs. Subject here is physics, chemistry, and mathematics. Number of papers here is, you have to write 2 papers basically, 3 hours, 2 papers are there. On the same day, you will have to write 3-hour paper in the first half and 3-hour paper in the second half. Number of question is 75 again in each of these papers. It keeps on changing. At times it is 75, at times it is 60. So every year it keeps on changing. And the type of question is objective type only. You have to solve. Then you have to either tick the correct option by where if it is an MCQ based question, you may have a numerical value based question or list or match the following kind of thing. Now these are details which is not needed. Now if you want to get admissions into architecture in IITs, so there are various colleges all over India which provide architecture as a course, now which offer architecture as a course. So to get admissions into one of the IITs for architecture course, you have to write this another exam, which is architecture aptitude test, which is been taken by students after they have written this JEE Advanced. So they'll write 3 papers. One is JEE Mains, then JEE Advanced, and the third paper is architecture aptitude test, AAT basically. Okay. So they must qualify. All these students who are eligible for architecture aptitude test have to qualify JEE Advanced paper 1 and paper 2 to appear for the AAT exam. Duration of exam is 3 hours. Mode of paper here is pen and paper based, and the subject is drawing. Basically this is a separate paper for drawing to get admissions into IITs, architecture course in IITs. I'll share this video as well as this whole slides so that you can go through all these slides and understand the details of this. Now, after engineering, the second most sought after course, sought after career for students who take PCM as their subject is architecture. So career in architecture, just to give a brief of what is it all about. So this career in architecture, this is very rewarding again, with so many industries growing and so much happening in the real estate. So there is a requirement for office space to accommodate the resource working every day to bring profit. Now, architects work behind. So these architects, what they do is they plan, they design, and execute the making of these offices, IT parks, and other commercial and residential buildings. So a career in architecture requires a person to have an eye for detail. So you should have a good observation, basically skills, knowledge of aesthetics, and good observation skills. So if you have these things, you can choose architecture as your career. Now, top colleges for architecture, you can choose to specialize in numerous. If you have chosen architecture as a field, there are many subfields also which are related to architecture. So subfields such as urban planning, urban design, sustainable architecture. This is a new term which is very hot these days. Sustainable architecture, landscape architecture. So we see the gardens and other things in our residential complexes. So those are also being designed by these architects only. So there is a special course which students do. Generally, a person does. Let's say I have taken an architecture degree, and then I do separate certificate programs for sustainable architecture, or I take a course for landscape architecture, a diploma course or a certificate course. Then we have architectural conservation, interior design, industrial design. So these all come under architecture. Now, top colleges for architecture: IIT Roorkee, Sir JJ College of Architecture, IIT Kharagpur, National Institute of Technology, Trichy, School of Planning and Architecture in New Delhi, Center for Environmental Planning and Technology, Gujarat, and Department of Architecture in NIT Calicut. So these are the top colleges for architecture in India. So if you want to study architecture, these are the colleges which you should be looking at. Now, Bachelor of Architecture degree and exam. So this is a 5-year course. As compared to BE degree and BTech degree, which is a four-year degree course. This is a 5-year degree course. Eligibility is 12th class. You should have science and PCM as the subjects. And admission procedure is either you write IIT, JEE, Mains and Advanced, or there are other exams also, NATA and BITSAT, to get into admissions in one of these colleges. Now, third, career option which is very sought after these days is product and industrial design. So I have come across many students when I ask them what do you want to become, they say that they want to design automobiles basically, or they want to design mobile phones, or they want to design different the laptops and other stuff. So these things comes under product design and industrial design. So कोई भी जो product होता, whatever product which you see today, be it this remote, be it this calculator, every product is being designed. It cannot be you have taken something and you have made it. So there is a design element to that. So that is being done by these graduates who have graduated from with a specialization in product and industrial design. So now the second question is what is product and industrial design first? Second, how to get the degree which qualifies you to become a product and industrial designer. So let's go into this. This is very interesting. You'll like it. So about the course, if I say industrial design refers to designing products that are manufactured in mass, like mobiles, appliances, may it be AC, it may be a fan. You can see these days, you see advertisement of fans that this is, the best ergonomic design or anything, So design plays an important role when you are selling a product. So appliances and automobiles like cars and motorbikes, we know that automobile designing, these automotive designing is one of the important aspect of these automobile industry. So industrial designing needs technical expertise, which is taught to students from PCM background. So see, if you don't understand, the physics of that particular device, you cannot design it properly. So that's why, PCM is essential for these kind of designs, right? So don't consider that design means only, that fashion design and then you are designing a cloth or something. No, apparel design is something else, and this product and industrial design is something else. So these are being done by engineers who are knowledgeable enough to understand the product and then design accordingly. So industrial designing is not only limited to designing product, but also requires extensive researching and developing too. So research and development is also a part of, industrial design. So just to give you a brief again, as opposed to traditional fields of design such as fashion and apparel design, which a student from any stream can pursue, there are certain subfields of design that require the technical expertise of a science student. Now, product designers, which is a subfield of industrial design, are involved in design of manufacture of products ranging from mobile phones, Bluetooth headphones, smartwatches, wheelchairs, furniture, and home appliances. Now, another application of industrial design is automobile design, deals with the design and manufacture of automobiles such as car, bikes, and even buses. So you can see that product design is a subfield of industrial design. Now, career opportunities, if you have done industrial design, you can explore opportunities as a product designer and industrial design researcher in the manufacturing sector, research institutes, information technology companies, and the companies that deal with the design of innovative products. Now, opportunities for automobile designers are in abundance in the R&D department of various automotive firms such as General Motors, Honda, Tata Motors, etc. Now, some top colleges for industrial design is IIT Mumbai is one of the best colleges for industrial design. Okay, so there is a separate course, Bachelor of Design, which you can get an admission through an exam which you need to write. UCED is an exam which you write to get into IIT Mumbai, and from there, these you can take a degree of industrial design and get into product design. IIT Guwahati is another IIT which provides this industrial design course. Then Triple IT Jabalpur and National Institute of Design (NID), which you are all aware of, which is there in Ahmedabad and other locations. So this is again famous for its industrial design course. Srishti is a new college, private college basically, which again is making its mark in terms of industrial design. So they have very good courses there. Design and technology in Bangalore. Then we have Indian School of Design and Innovation in Mumbai and Symbiosis Institute of Design in Pune. So these are the colleges which offers industrial design, or good colleges which offers industrial design as a course. Now, see, you should analyze yourself. What are the skill sets required to do this industrial design course? Are you fitting into it? So what are the skills required to be an industrial designer or product designer? You should be first creative. You should have an artistic bent of mind. Your sketches should be good. You should have good visual imagination. You should be business savvy. Ability to think in a clear, logical manner. Analyze problems and come up with original solutions. Ability to listen to suggestions and comments. Good color sense, appreciation of aesthetics, and sensitivity to ergonomics. So, and ergonomics means the study of relationship between people and the environment, basically. Ability to express ideas through drawing. You should be able to work in a team, because individual designers don't work basically in big firms. It is known that much of the work may be discarded due to cost of production issues. They need to be resilient. So basically, you should not be like, having an ego that I have designed something and you have someone has basically thrown it in the garbage. So it should not be like that. Now, how to get into these colleges? There are two ways of getting into these colleges. Path one, first way is, in 12th class, if you have any stream, you can take this exam. DAT is Design Aptitude Test, which is an exam for getting admissions into NID. Okay. So you take DAT. There are two exams of DAT. One is prelims and other is main. Once you have written this prelims exam, prelims is online basically, and then you write main exam, you have to go there in NID, and then they take your exam, drawing exam, and then if you qualify that, then you get an admissions. Similarly, the second path, which is more towards the stream science, if you have taken PCM, then you can go through this path as well. So your entrance test here is UC. You should have if you have cleared UC, then you get admissions into any of the design colleges in IIT. The degree here is Bachelor of Design, and again you become a product or industrial designer. So these are the two paths to become an industrial designer. Now, fourth career option, which is age-old career option, Bachelor of Science. If you ask your parents, in your case, you must not be aware of this particular degree, but in our time, this was the degree which most of the people used to do, BSc, right? So it's a plain specialization in a particular subject. So BSc or Bachelor of Science is an undergraduate degree that aspirants can take up to pursue a career in science. Now, aspirants need to complete class 12th in science stream in order to be eligible for BSc course. Duration of a BSc course is typically 3 years in Indian university and colleges. So 3-year program, it is a 3-year program. Now, Bachelor of Science is the core science degree program that allows candidates to study a subject of their choice. Candidates interested in mathematics can pursue BSc Mathematics. Those interested in physics can pursue BSc Physics. Those interested in chemistry can pursue BSc Chemistry. Now, most of the prestigious institutes take admissions on merit basis here. So, you get admissions according to the marks which you have scored in class 12. So some institutes conduct their own entrance test as well for their BSc courses, but in general, you get admissions by your class 12th marks. So that's why your class 12th marks is very important, because it helps you get into admissions in one of the best colleges. So let's suppose you want to get an admission into DU in one of the science core subjects, then you will have to score more than 92% to get admissions in science stream. In humanities and commerce, so you have to get more than 98%. Now, first, let us go one by one, specialization in physics and then chemistry and mathematics. So BSc in physics, if I talk about, we know that how important physics is. In everyday life, you come across many things, right from your credit card to your smartphone, and every other thing which you see around is basically governed by the law of physics. So with the pervasive influence of physics all around us, it is not hard to fathom a career in physics can provide one with countless opportunities. So if you do BSc in physics, you have countless opportunities. So if you have done BSc in physics, a career in physics requires one to have a strong logical thinking skills, problem solving capability, methodical approach, and most importantly, an undying love for physics. If you have love for physics, you can choose physics as your BSc physics as your career path. Now, opportunities which you get here is in various fields such as econophysics, defense, aerospace, healthcare, computational physics, geophysics, high energy physics. So these are various branches of physics which you can choose later on. And you can also go for research or teaching in these areas. Some top colleges for physics are IISc Bangalore, IISER, again Indian Institute of Science and Engineering Research, St. Stephen's College, Delhi, Hansraj College in Delhi. These are all part of DU, Delhi University. Banaras Hindu University, BHU in Varanasi, St. Xavier's College in Kolkata, St. Xavier's College in Mumbai, Presidency University in Kolkata, and Ferguson College in Pune, or NISER in Odisha. These are the best colleges which offers BSc in mathematics. Then BSc in chemistry. If you have love for chemistry, you have periodic tables at your fingertips, and learning about various chemical reaction excites you, then this is the course which you should be doing after class 12. So, and you should see an opportunity, career opportunity in chemistry. So chemists, what do they do is they study properties, structure and composition, reaction and changes in matter. The remarkable thing about a career in chemistry is wide applicability. So you can see, these days, all these, biochemical companies, they are coming up with various chemicals which protects you from coronavirus. So again, you see how important it is to be a chemist basically. So, but that is not to say that all chemistry graduates end up wearing lab coats. You will, ऐसा नहीं है कि everyone becomes a researcher only. So you can get an opportunities in pharmaceuticals, petroleum, chemical, healthcare, and educational organizations. Career opportunities, again here, the kind of career opportunities which you get is you can do specialization in subfields like analytical chemistry, organic chemistry, environmental chemistry, food chemistry, flavor chemistry, and organic chemistry. So these will lead to different kind of job profiles. Top colleges again is St. Stephen's in Delhi, Loyola in Chennai, Hansraj in Delhi, Ferguson in Pune, Madras Christian College in Chennai, St. Xavier's College in Mumbai, St. Joseph's College in Bangalore, and Christ University in Bangalore. So these are the top universities offering courses in BSc chemistry. Now BSc mathematics, if you have love for mathematics, you can choose mathematics as your subject. So mathematics forms an excellent base for fields involving computation, numbers, and data. So a degree in mathematics can be a stepping stone for a wide range of careers again. So during your course, you would gain a thorough understanding of mathematical principles and their origins, mathematical models and their application to real world problems. Uh, Go for this field if you have superior analytical and logical abilities, a love for numbers and an ability to deal with complex problems. So you should then only you should choose this as your career. Now, opportunities in mathematics, again, you can get into actuarial science, data sciences, banking, insurance, finance, meteorology, stock market. So basically, every such place where number crunching is important. So you can also be hired in one of the roles, including market research, project development, numerical analysis, research operations, financial analyst. So these are a few names which you can, few roles which you can fit in. Now, top colleges offering mathematics is Indian Statistical Institute. This is one of the best university offering, BSc in mathematics. Best college basically. IIT Mumbai, IIT Kharagpur, and IIT Guwahati, they give you five-year integrated program in masters in mathematics. Then we have IISc Bangalore, IISER, Institute of Mathematical Science in Chennai, St. Stephen's College in Delhi, NISER in Odisha, and DTU, the Delhi Technical University in Delhi, offers you BSc in mathematics. Now the fifth option, so what we have done is engineering first. Second, what we saw is architecture. Third, which we saw is, this plain BSc. And there was one more which we saw. And then this statistics is the fifth option if you have chosen PCM as your stream. So statistics is now yet another go-to field for those with a penchant for numbers and data. So those who love numbers and data, statistics is another field which you should be looking at. So a course in mathematics deals more with theories and principles. Statistics aim to apply them in practice to analyze trends and make predictions. Now statisticians blend their knowledge of statistics and math to build data models for solving problems. Due to this very reason, statistics majors are well qualified to apply their skills to virtually any field requiring the analysis of data. So if you possess analytical abilities, strong quantitative reasoning, are self-motivated, and do not mind spending your day crunching numbers, you can find yourself at home in this field. So, numbers, if you are in love with numbers and you have strong quantitative reasoning and you are self-motivated when it comes to number crunching, then statistics is a field which will help you thrive basically. Opportunities, again, there are n number of opportunities because in every field you have analysis, number analysis which you have to do. So there are need to name a few is banking sector, insurance sector, actuarial science, investment banking, healthcare, pharmacology. So these are few career opportunities if you take statistics as your subjects. Some top colleges for statistics you can find is Indian Statistical Institute. This is one of the best. And then there are many Hindu College, Ramjas, Lady Sri Ram College of Commerce. And then we have St. Xavier's College, Mumbai, IIT Kanpur, IIT Mumbai, to name a few. Now this is another sector which is gaining a lot of importance these days with so much of happening in commercial aviation space. And then people get their career options are being judged by the kind of salary which they are being paid. So aviation is a sector which is highly paid sector. Forget about these last 1 year or 1.5 years because of Corona, the things have gone down. But then every sector has been impacted. Aviation is a sector which has a great future. In India, at least, it is going to be one of the busiest, in terms of air traffic, if we talk, and it's going to be one of the biggest sector in terms of revenues. So, and then because it is going to be a biggest sector, there will be a lot of requirements for commercial pilots and ground staffs and technical persons assisting people in this industry. So aviation is another very booming industry, and you can. So again, for this you need PCM as your subject. So you can choose this as your career option as well. So the previously mentioned fields were mostly associated with research or desk job. Aviation would take you a sky high ride basically. So perfect mix of science, technology, and travel. This is a perfect mix of all these three: science, technology, and travel. And it will help you break the monotony of 9 to 5 job. You can just go fly for 3 hours, go to the other place, and that's it. Your job is over for the day. Now, being a commercial pilot would require you to take command of a flight's control and ensure that passengers and cargo are carried safely around the globe. Yet the field of aviation is not only limited to being a pilot, there are many other fields, basically. Now, the career opportunities which you see here is, as a commercial pilot, you can work with major international or regional airlines. You can fly cargo planes to transport goods and cargo, work as a corporate pilot to fly corporate jets, and also operate medical or air emergency planes. As an aircraft maintenance engineer, you can find opportunities with major international and domestic airlines, airport authorities, and aircraft manufacturing firms. Now, some top colleges for aviation is Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy. It is there in Rai Bareilly. Rajiv Gandhi Academy of Aviation Technology, National Flying Training Institute, and Bombay Flying Club, Indian Institute of Aeronautics in Delhi and Patna. So there are these, colleges throughout India, which provides you opportunities in aviation. Now, this is something which is trending these days: ethical hacking. So hackers are there. There are two kinds of hackers: one with a malicious intent, and other with a good intent. Good intent, as in to find the loopholes in security of a company. So once you find the loophole, you can plug it basically. You can correct it. So ethical hacking is something related to that. So ethical hacking, by its very name, sounds like an exciting and offbeat career, and it indeed is. A career with a new age flair, ethical hacking is fast becoming a popular career option for students due to advancement in technology space. Ethical hackers, as opposed to their malicious counterparts, attempt to breach the security of a computer system to find faults in the system's defenses. They bring to light any vulnerabilities in a company's network security so as to prevent a leak of sensitive information. So if there is a vulnerability, they'll plug it, they'll correct it so that no other hacker can come and hack your network. Now, it is not just a career for computer geeks, and you can think about ethical hacking as a full-time career option if you have the right logical thinking and technical skills. Now, career opportunities here is, you can, and as organizations are becoming increasingly concerned about their network security, they are hiring ethical hackers to protect themselves from cyber attacks. So there are these banks, if someone, some hacker gets into their network, they can get the data of every person who has an account in that bank. So as an ethical hacker, you can work in various roles such as network security engineer, network security administrator, a penetration tester, security consultant, etc. Some top colleges for ethical hacking. So there are no degree programs here. Only certification courses are being given. Some top certification bodies are include Indian School of Ethical Hacking, then in Kolkata. Then we have EC Council. Then we have Ankit Fadia Certified Ethical Hacker. And then we have NIIT Ethical Hacking, and Arizona Infotech in Pune. These all provide certificates in ethical hacking. Then there is this career option named Merchant Navy. This is quite old career option. It is nothing new here, but yeah, it's one of the highly paid job uh, in any sector. But the thing is here, because of the nature of the job, most of the people don't like it. So if you are ready to, stay in sea for months, let's say 4 months, 6 months, and away from your family, if you don't have any issue in that, then this is a field which is very rewarding in terms of salary. So they have one of the best salary packages. So career in merchant navy gives you exactly that. So unlike the Indian Navy, which defends the nation at sea, the merchant navy serves to facilitate international trade. So by transporting cargo and goods and commercial item across the globe. So see, there are two ways of transporting goods. One is through sea and other is through air. So sea is a cheaper option to transport goods. So then if you transport by sea, you save some amount of money, right? And if you are transporting it by air, the cost of the article will go high. So these merchant navy ships, basically uh, these merchant navy professionals, they work in these ships which carry goods from one country to other. Now, if you are resilient enough to handle being on a ship for prolonged periods with intermittent contact with family, this can be a highly rewarding career for you, both professionally and monetarily. So you get a 6 months, you work for 6 months and then you sleep for 6 months. Means you don't work for 6 months and you are still paid during that time. So let's say if my salary is 4 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees per month, so I'll be working for 6 months, I'll be away from my family. But then when I'm with my family, I can there be with them for 24 hours. And I'll be still being paid during that time also when I'm on ground. So this is something which drives people to choose this as a career. Now, the career opportunity again here is a department of a merchant ship includes, engine department, deck department, architecture department, catering department. The job specification and educational requirements for each department are different. Some top colleges for merchant navy is Indian Maritime University. Then we have International Maritime Institute in Delhi, Coimbatore Marine College in Coimbatore, International Maritime Academy in Chennai, Cochin University of Science and Technology in Cochin, and Wells University in Chennai. So these are the universities which provide this degree of merchant navy. Then, you must have watched that serial CID, and that person say, "Kuch to garbar hai." So this is another career opportunity which will help you say, "Kuch to garbar hai." Basically, forensic science is another career which is making its mark, and again, people have started choosing this, and there is a huge demand in this sector. So many of us find investigative crime shows and movies fascinating. Yet, have you ever considered that it should be your full-time career option? So for them who want to pursue this as full-time career option, this is relatively new field in India, but forensic science is rapidly creating a space for itself. Owing to the crime graph which is increasing, you will find that soon these forensic scientists will be in high demand. So need for a scientific methodical approach is to solve a case. You need the help of forensic scientists. So recently we came across this Sushant Singh Rajput case, and then we saw how important it was to get a view of a forensic scientist basically. So forensic scientist scientifically collects evidence, document it, and analyze it in the laboratory. Forensic science is an applied field and utilizes knowledge from various fields of science, including chemistry, physics, anthropology, biology, and even computer science. In order to pursue a career in this field, you need to be detail oriented and have good observational and investigative skills. Now, career opportunities in forensic science. So there are numerous applications of forensic science, like you can become a forensic scientist, forensic toxicologist, crime scene investigator, forensic anthropologist, forensic ballistic expert, polygraph examiner, uh, digital forensic expert, and so on. Top colleges offering the course in forensic science is Delhi University, Gujarat Forensic Sciences University, in Gandhinagar, Punjab University, in Chandigarh, Lok Nayak Jayaprakash Narayan National Institute of Criminology and Forensic Science in Delhi, and University of Madras in Chennai, and Osmania University in Hyderabad. These all provide opportunities in forensic science. Then there is this field called computer application and IT. So people who want to do, who have interest in computer science, but they don't want to do engineering, they don't want to do computer science engineering, then they choose this as an alternative career path because of their love for computers and coding. So this is that, the degree which is being offered is Bachelor of Computer Application, BCA basically we say, and BSc IT. This is another degree. So those with love for computer programming language and coding, and who don't want to pursue engineering as a career, they choose this basically. And career opportunities here is basically as a software developer, you can work as a network administrator, database administrator, technical writer, system analyst, web designer, and app developer. So some top colleges for computer application is Christ University in Bangalore, St. Xavier's College in Mumbai, St. Xavier's College in Kolkata, SRM University in Chennai, Symbiosis Institute of Computer Studies and Research, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, and Madras Christian College in Chennai. So these are the colleges which offer courses in BCA. Now, 11th option, which we are going to discuss today, is NDA. Basically, those who have that, skills, basically patriotism in them, and then they want to serve the nation, they can choose Army, Air Force, or Navy, any of these fields. So for that, they need to write an exam called NDA, and so those people who have, the zeal to serve the nation, they generally choose NDA as their career. So it is considered to be one of the most prestigious and awe-inspiring careers, basically. So defense forms the backbone of country, and defense personnel are responsible for supporting peacekeeping operations and humanitarian works as well. There are three primary branches for country's defense. One is Army, then Navy, and then Air Force. You can choose to serve in any of the three fields, depending upon your choice. Career opportunities to serve the nation, basically. Indian Army offers the opportunity to work in various areas. So you can work as in air defense, combat unit, engineering and IT unit. You can work as an Army Service Corps, in Army Services Corps, or you can work for education in Army. The Navy allows one to work in executive engineering and medical, electrical, and educational branches as well. Now, opportunities in the Air Force include working in the flying branch, technical branch, and ground duty. Now, another career option, which is very hot these days, is animation and graphic. So with so much happening in animation, you can see what Bajus is doing. They have taken over the whole education market, basically. With recent buying off of Akash, they are one of the biggest in world now. So the animation sector in India is growing exponentially, owing to an increase in demand for VFX, so post-production and CGI. So while the Indian television and film industry has a long history of outsourcing such technologies to professionals from overseas, the need for homegrown content is being felt. The resulting demand for talented and competent professionals in the field of animation and graphic has resulted in a rise in popularity for this career. Professionals in the field are knowledgeable about 3D animation, digital filmmaking, animation, VFX, multimedia production, graphic design, etc. You can also build a thrilling career in this field if you possess strong creative skills, aesthetic sense, ability to work with computers and technology, and a love for design and multimedia. So opportunities here is, you can you do graphic designs, game designings, digital art, web designing, 3D modeling, flash designs, storyboarding, texturing, cartoon design, VFX. Many such opportunities are there. Top colleges which offers courses in animation and graphics is National Institute of Design, Ahmedabad, IIT Mumbai, Indian Institute of Digital Arts and Animation, Kolkata, Birla Institute of Technology, Noida, Arena Animation, Maya Academy of Advanced Cinematics, and multiple, Whistling Woods International Meet, Mumbai. So these are different colleges which are offering courses in uh, animation and graphics. Then we have this physical science. This is another new stream which has come into fore. So this is a very broad domain and refers to the study of inorganic materials such as earth, space, and atmosphere. This domain encompasses various fields including astronomy, geology, meteorology, cartography, disaster management, etc. Cartography means, map ka jo, the people who make maps for different things. So your career path, opportunities, and work profile will vary significantly depending on the specific field, what field you have chosen. So opportunities here, since these are individual careers depending upon your choice. So a common element to all is that the prime avenue for employment is research. Professional in astronomy can work in the fields of meteorology, astrobiology, astrometry, and astrochemistry, etc. Geology professionals typically work in fields such as marine geology, geohydrology, seismology, mineralogy, etc. Meteorology is the study of the atmosphere, and professionals work in the field of climatology, aviation meteorology, etc. to predict climate and weather conditions. So that, these days we come to know about a particular storm or particular uh, disturbance which is going to occur uh, right in advance. So, and we even know the day and time basically. So these are being predicted by these uh, meteorologists. Then we have cartographers who develop maps to represent geography and work in digital cartography, town planning, construction, companies, etc. Disaster management professionals work in disaster prevention, relief, recovery, and preparedness. Top colleges for physical sciences, if you take astronomy, you have Indian Institute of Astrophysics, that is in Bangalore, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. Then we have geology, if you have chosen, then IIT Mumbai, IIT Kharagpur, and IIT Delhi are the top colleges here. Cartography, for cartography, IIT Mumbai, Jawaharlal Nehru Technological University, Hyderabad. And for disaster management, you have Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, National Institute of Disaster Management, Delhi, and others. So basically, you can see these days disaster management is a very important field and very sought after field. So if you want to do something for the society, disaster management is one particular field which will help you do that. Now, so these were the typical careers which generally students choose. Now we'll be discussing about emerging careers for science students. So now the students are breaking the monotony, and basically they are choosing paths which are very new and very sought after these days. So even though they are choosing engineering, there are certain fields in engineering which are very hot these days. So if you are choosing engineering, then you should be trying to basically get into the depth of the thing, where you actually want to go. what actual career, what actual branch you want to choose, and what is the career path you want to go ahead. So first, we all know is artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is the thing basically which is going to be there, which is going to rule our lives for another 50 odd years. So in the computer run world of today, you are bound to have heard the two buzzwords. One is artificial intelligence, AI. अभी सबके मुंह से सुनो तो AI और machine learning, ML. AI and ML are two different things which keep on resounding in our ears. So artificial intelligence is a field of computer science that deals with the creation of smart machines and systems that have the ability to think and process information like humans do. Okay. Now, from Google search to Netflix to Uber, each of the application you encounter daily utilize artificial intelligence and machine learning to make faster, effective, and more personal technologies. In a Gartner report, artificial intelligence was predicted to create over 2.3 million job opportunities by 2020. Thus, this field is one of the fastest emerging in the domain of science and technology. So you should always choose a branch which is going to be the next big thing, so that you have n number of job opportunities and you have a good career growth there. Now, course of study, a BTech degree in computer science should be necessary for artificial intelligence and machine learning, a career in this, followed by a Master of Science in Machine Learning, Computer Science, and Mathematics is required. Second sought after stream these days is big data, data analytics, and data sciences. You must have heard about this, and it is another big buzzword basically which you keep on hearing. So data is growing faster these days than ever before, and by the year 2020, about 1.7 megabytes of new information will be created every second for every human being on the planet. So data exists in every form. The purchases you make at an online store, the type of accounts you follow on Instagram, and the words you search on Google are all data. Organizations value this data because it helps them understand the patterns and trend and make business decision according to the inferences. So whatever data is available, we try to mold our business in that particular direction. So today, let's say everyone is searching for a course in certificate course in robotics. So if I open an institute which provides a certificate course in robotics, it will be a good venture for me. So basically, the businesses are being waylaid by these data. So whatever data is there in the market, the business takes its turn accordingly. For example, online shopping store processes data from thousands of customers to make better product recommendations. So you will see today you have searched for a mobile in your phone. Then tomorrow, the moment you open your phone, you will find various options of new mobiles coming in. So that is what is what this big data and data analytics and data science people do it for you. Now, data scientists or big data engineers or data analysts, data managers are required to make sense of this data and find pattern in it to enable decision making. In a 2017 report, LinkedIn ranked data scientists and big data engineers among the top emerging jobs. Now, course of study, a degree in computer science again is important for this. BTech, BSc or BCA will allow you to develop skills in programming languages such as Python, Java, Perl, etc. Along with that, you can take up certifications in business analytics and intelligence, data analytics and data sciences. Now, ethical hacking, we have already gone through this. Then we have robotics. So when we imagine the distant future, say 10, 20 or even 50 years from now, what is something that almost always comes to mind? Even if you have never seen a single sci-fi movie in your life, you are still likely to answer robots, right? So robot is something which is going to be the future. So robots are already being used to perform surgeries, automate industrial tasks, explore space, defuse bombs, and perform tasks that are too dangerous for humans. With the field of robotics moving with such great force, there is a requirement of engineers to build and program them. So robotics engineers need the knowledge of mechanical engineering, electronics engineering, computer programming, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and neural networks and related areas. Now, course of study, someone who is interested in this field can take up BTech in mechanical electronics or robotics engineering, followed by a master's and or MTech in robotics, and then pursue a career here. Aerospace is something which is very sought after these days. Every other student to whom I talk to, who are preparing for IITs, I ask what they do want to become. They always tell me, I want to become an aeronautical engineer or an aerospace. I want to do engineering in aerospace. So now, ranging from aeronautics, that is dealing with aeroplanes, to astronautics, dealing with space vehicles, as a professional in this field, you will be responsible for different aspects such as the design, technical, electrical, and software aspects of building missiles, aircraft, space shuttles, rockets, and other aerospace machines. Now, the Indian aerospace industry is now one of the fastest growing industries in the world. We have seen ISRO is being used. ISRO is basically sending, the satellites for different countries in space these days. So the Indian aerospace industry is now one of the fastest growing industries in the world. Recent developments by Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, HAL, and other private companies are promising a prosperous future of aerospace. So course of study is BTech and BE degree in mechanical engineering, aeronautical or aerospace engineering is mandatory to get into this field. Now, another important aspect these days is food and agriculture sciences. So basically, food is another important aspect. Basically, you will find that agriculture, see, there are various parts of industrial revolution. So first was Industrial Revolution 1, which came, with the onset of these steam engines and other things. Then was Industrial Revolution 2, which came with the advent of computers. Then is Industrial Revolution 3, which came with artificial intelligence, robotics, and these things. Then will come Industrial Revolution 4, where, because the population is growing every day, tomorrow what will happen? There will be a huge demand of food. Basically, there will be more of people and less of people who will be producing these, food for others. So then the demand for food will come. And finally, what will happen? That those people who are related to agricultural, products or processing of agricultural products and food products, they will be the most sought after people. After artificial intelligence and robotics, the phase will come where food and agricultural sciences will be the most important one. So food is one of the most essential elements for life on earth, and especially so for a primarily agriculture-based economy like India. Indian agriculture still accounts for about 18% of the national GDP and plays a vital role in internal and external trade. Thus, it's fair to say that the domain of agriculture holds an immense number of opportunities for anyone willing to build a career in it. So, contrary to popular nations, the field of food and agriculture is not about plowing fields or farming, but it is a technologically advanced field with cutting edge research and constant innovation. So agricultural biotechnology, horticulture, dairy technology, agronomy, food technology, pisciculture are a few of the avenues you can look towards to build your career in the fast growing domain. The goal of a food and agricultural scientist is to improve both the quality and quantity of crops, dairy products, agricultural products, and food patterns. As such, it involves a strong dedication to experimenting and surveying food production, preservation of techniques, and the study of soils and crops. Course of study here, uh, you know, uh, to build a career in this field, a bachelor's and master's degree in agriculture, horticulture, agronomy, or any of the subfields of agriculture is required. You can also consider a BTech and MTech in agricultural engineering. Then we have environmental science and sustainable development. So sustainability is something which is most debated these days, basically. So if there is no sustainable approach in terms of growth, then what will happen? We'll end up, end up doing irreparable damage to the environment around. So what we have to do, the growth is important, but we have to take care that the growth should be sustainable. We should not damage the environment, which is irreparable. So environmental sustainability science is branch of science that provides an integrated and quantitative approach to the study of environmental systems. So experts in this field study environmental issues to find ways of preventing damage to the environment and managing development. Recently we heard there was this in Chamba in Uttarakhand, there was this flash flood which came. The glacier bursted, and all of a sudden, so many people, around 200, 300 people, were washed away. In the flood which came due to that. Now, why was that? Why did that happen? Because of scientists are finding it out. They found that because of so much of human intervention, basically so much of things happening in the hills of Uttarakhand. We are doing so much of, there is one NTPC project of Hydel power project which is going there, which is being done there, and that has made that has damaged the environment so much there that such kind of things quite often now happen. So that's why sustainable development is very important, and professionals who will have degree of sustainable development, they will be again, जैसा कि मैंने बोला कि after artificial intelligence and robotics, we'll use up everything basically, which is there in this world. So now then we'll have demand of those people who will correct those things, who will rectify those things, the damages which has happened. So there, the role of sustainable development, people who will have degree in sustainable development, they will be very sought after that. You don't have to wait for 30 years or 40 years. It will soon start being in demand. Right now also there is a huge demand of these professionals. So there are many courses in IIMs also. In IIM Ahmedabad, there is a specific course on sustainable development management. So a Bachelor of Environmental Management Science or a BTech in Environmental Engineering, followed by a Master's in the field, are required for this. Bioengineering and biomedical engineering. There was a time when losing one's leg to an accident or illness meant a life bound to wheelchairs, but not in this world anymore. So thanks for the constant innovation in prosthetics engineering. Walking, running, or even climbing a mountain is possible reality for amputees, people whose hands or legs have been cut due to certain medical emergency. They can also walk, they can run, they can even climb mountains using these artificial legs or hands. And this is just one of the applications of bioengineering. There are many such applications. So bioengineering, one of the youngest engineering disciplines, employs the principle and tools of engineering to solve problems in biology, medicine, healthcare, and related fields. So people who have interest in biology, they don't want to leave biology and still are inclined towards maths as well, engineering part of that, can choose this subject. So people who are choosing PCMB as an option, this is a very lucrative field for you. Okay. So a BTech and MTech degree in biomedical engineering is required to get into this field. Please note that a PCMB combination of subject is required in 10+2 to be eligible to pursue this career. Now, sports medicine is something which is very hot these days. Why? Because every government is now focusing in their sports as well. So you will find that even in India, there is a lot of importance now given to sports. And people who are doing good in sports, they are getting a lot more attention now as it used to be earlier. So in India, sports have always been like a religion with people forgetting to eat, drink or sleep when lost in the world of their favorite sport. And now it is being seriously considered as a viable career option too. Playing games is not the only way to enter the world of sports. Okay. So we had one student, Madhav chala gaya. So Madhav Dacha, this would have helped him a lot, basically. So playing games is not the only way to enter the world of sports, and one field that is emerging in popularity of science students is sports medicine. So professionals in this field are trained to help athletes improve their sports performance, prevent injuries while playing, and manage their training and nutrition. So those who specialize in sports medicine work not only with athletes but also with adults and teens who exercise and are active in other ways. So sports medicine professionals include not just doctors and also sports psychologists, sports nutritionists, physical therapists, exercise physiologists, athletic trainers. The scope of sports medicine is huge and it is only going to increase in the future. Now, course of study to become a doctor specializing in sports medicine, you will have to pursue an MBBS followed by an MD in sports or medicine. For other professions, you can look at an MSc in sports medicine and an MA in sports psychology. So all said and done, so I am done with all the career options which are available for a student who chooses PCM. So again, this I quite often tell you that you will survive only if you believe in the power of your dreams. So there are 4 P's which is important. First, purpose. Second, passion. Third, possibilities. And fourth, power. Okay. So these 4 P's are important to realize your dream. So have a purpose in life. Dream will follow. Trim this dream with passion in your heart, and possibilities will open for you. Choose today to start believing in the magical power of wishing, hoping and dreaming. Again, भगवत गीता में भी कहा गया है, मनुष्य अपने विश्वास से निर्मित होता है, जैसा वह विश्वास करता है वैसा वह बन जाता है. So start believing in yourself. If I believe today that I'll get into one of the IITs, if you believe today that you will get into one of the IITs, no one can stop you getting into that. So first you have to believe in yourself. The way you believe, that is the way you will become. So man is made by his belief. As he believes, so he is. If you believe that you will never be able to crack IIT, even God writes your answer, you will never be able to crack IITs or any competitive exams. Okay. So this is it from my side. I'll hand it over to Gautam sir for for options in PCB. He'll talk about certain options in PCB. I have already eaten up your, I think, 1.5 hours of approximate time. So we'll just wrap it up fast. Gautam sir will take it over now. Gautam sir, I'll just share. I'll give you this sharing rights. So I have given it to you.
Okay. So very good evening to all. Yes, Pacho. Very important thing is after just 12th, if you are people choosing PCB, your main purpose is to clear NEET. But what about after NEET? वैसे तो सबका ये होता है कि नीट क्वालिफाई करना है, नीट क्वालिफाई करके अच्छा डॉक्टर, MBBS एंड देन MD. लेकिन अगर नीट क्वालिफाई नहीं होता तो ऑप्शंस क्या क्या हैं, व्हाट आर अदर ऑप्शंस आर अवेलेबल. वैसे सबका ड्रीम तो यही होता है कि हाँ नीट क्वालिफाई होके या तो एम्स जाना है या MAMC या वेलॉट या CMC या बहुत सी टॉप मेडिकल कॉलेजेस हैं जहाँ पे आपको एकदम ड्रीम रहता है नीट के बच्चों के लिए, मेडिकल के बच्चों के लिए. लेकिन राइट, अब ऑप्शंस ये हैं कि भाई अगर नीट नहीं हुआ तो क्या करें. तो थिंक बियॉन्ड MBBS राइट नाउ. तो आज इन दिस सेशन वी आर गोइंग टू see हम other options also. So 14 demand career options are there for PCB students just after class 12, right? What are these? So yes, starting with the first one, that is your microbiology, right? So microbiology is one of the most prominent, most important and promising field in the field of research basically. And then nowadays, you people know that corona is facing, we people are facing corona and it's increasing day by day. So in this scenario, microbiologists are in huge demand. And basically, these microbiologists are those person who study bacteria, fungi, viruses, and their interaction with humans and animals and plants as well. This microbiology deal with so many other things. They are dealing with the biobacteriology. That means they study bacteria, they study parasite, they study fungus, that the organism which cannot we see, that is microbiology, that organism basically. And the organisms, we have others career opportunities, which are that means clinical research scientist, lab technician, quality control, working as a pharmaceutical, health sector, food industry, beaver industry, distillery. So all these professionals are come in the microbiology. Those person who are doing microbiology, BSc program in microbiology, MSc program, integrated program microbiology, and we have several top colleges as well who are offering the this uh, course as well. That is Delhi University, Oxford College of Sciences, Madras Christian College, Ithiraj College of Women's, and Osmania University, Punjab universities. So other than microbiology, we have one more branch, that is biochemistry. In the case of biochemistry, that is a basic branch of science which deals with the study of chemicals and the processes and the substances which are occur inside the living organism. So we are studying all those organisms which are present inside your body, present inside your living cells exactly, and their interaction, the problem associated with them. So that is your biochemistry. So basically, this biochemists discover the development of new chemical processes. They also develop some kind of biofuel, which is very prominent. That means after your consumption or utilization, complete utilization of your diesel and all petroleum, we have a new word, that is biofuel. So which is very promising. And what are the career opportunity if you're talking about? It's a very growing field. We know that the person who perform biochemistry, that is BSc biochemistry, MSc program, and even PhD, you will be a biomedical scientist, forensic scientist. You would be a clinical laboratory technologist, toxicologist, healthcare scientist, pharmaceutical and sales representative also, and a consultant and patient care coordinator. So there are so many opportunities if a person is doing the biochemistry, right? Some top colleges are here. That is Delhi University is one of the top colleges which is offering microbiology, which is also offering biochemistry. Saint Xavier College, Presidency University, Banaras Hindu University, Aligarh University, Ferguson College, Christian Medical College, and Oxford colleges. So biochemistry and microbiology, these I would say one of the most prominent. Along with them, genetics is also it's a branch basically who deals with the genetic variations. You people know what is genetic variations, that is change in the genetic makeups, right? Genetic structures. Nowadays, people see that coronavirus is changing day by day. The mutant strain have been developed. And that is your change in the genetic structure. So the person who study their genetic abnormalities, genetic variation, that these persons are geneticists exactly. So they also study genetic diseases, abnormalities, different trained mutations, transmitted diseases as well. So we have different career opportunity as well. Those persons who are doing their masters and their postgraduates, PGs and PhDs in the genetics field, they will be appointed as immunologists. They would be a cytogenetics. They will be absorbed as a forensic DNA analyst, medical technologist, genetic pharmacologist, and clinical research associate, as well as research scientist and other colleges. They are also as a faculties, as a professors, right? So it's a very demanding science and very interesting as well. Some top colleges we have which are offering a very good courses in genetics. They are Oxford College of Sciences, Osmania University, Guru Nanak Dev University, Kurukshetra University, and Bangalore City College. Institute of Genetic Engineering is one of the good college and universities which are offering these UG and PG courses as well as PhD courses. Postdoctorate programs also offered by the universities. Then we have very promising one, that is your bioinformatics. As we know that nowadays computer is involved in everywhere. It is involved in your engineering part as well as also involved in your biological sciences. So there is a development of a new branch that is called bioinformatics. And you people know that about if you people heard about the your Human Genome Project, Dr. Hargobind Khurana. With the initial work of his, basically this branch is developed, and the use of computers, it was possible. The total human genome was sequenced, and their information is written and analyzed as well as stored in the form of data, and that can be easily restored as well as analyzed. And it's not possible without the help of computer. So there is a development of a new branch in which computer is used for the use of computer in the biological sciences, we can say, right? So this is bioinformatics. With the help of this bioinformatics, the professionals might develop software and assessing the analyzing the data for biomedical and pharmaceutical studies. What are the career opportunities? We know that the bioinformatics, they will work as a developer for pharmaceutical. That means we have several pharmaceutical companies, and they are designing their drug. New drugs are designed every time, because there changes take place in the microorganism. The pathogens are changing day by day because of mutation, because of genetic variation. So it's a very critical task to develop a disease-specific or pathogen-specific drug, right? That would be more beneficial. So in this case, the pharmaceutical companies are doing all these, biotechnology companies are doing all these phenomena. So we need such kind of bioinformatics technologies. So along with that, biotechnology companies, healthcare organizations, pharmaceuticals, research agencies are also doing well in this field. Some top colleges we have, which include Punjab University, Stella, Marist College, Bangalore University, Mumbai University, or Indian Institute of Medical Science, one of the topmost institute, right, for medical courses, Savitri Bai Phule, Pune University, and Institute of Bioinformatics and Applied Biotechnology, Delhi University, right? These are some universities and colleges which are offering your best bioinformatics courses, right? EG, UG, and postdoctoral courses as well. Now, very important, that is biomedical sciences. Biomedical sciences is a new term, exactly, right? It's a very new term, and we have that means we can this is science basically which combine different aspects of different disciplines of the sciences and application of all those disciplines, right? In this case, basically biomedical scientists work to study how cell, how organ and processes, how their different cells functions, how the organ functions, and how they function in our body, and their functioning is, if altered, how to solve them, how to treat them, so how to treat the diseases. So exactly, if we see this biomedical science is something which is dealing with the biology as well as different technological, right? Engineering part is also here. So this biomedical science is very promising field, right? And majority of the person who is doing these courses, they are biomedical scientists, they are clinical researchers, they would be a forensic scientist, toxicologist, immunologist also we call them, and they work as a healthcare professionals, right? And this biomedical science is we are expanding very fast in India as well as abroad. Some top colleges we have: University of Delhi and Symbiosis International University. Some institute offering the courses at postgraduate level as well, PG level as well, that is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Center for Biomedical Research. This center is present in Delhi. It's under Delhi University, and exactly it's offering UG course, PG course, and combined program, that is called integral program of biomedical sciences, UG plus PG, that is BSc and MSc, BTech and MTech program combined. I think 4.5 year program is offering by this Ambedkar Center for Biomedical Research, right? Along with that, Vellore Institute of Technology, University of Madras, BIT Mishra, JJ College of Arts and Science, and Jamia Millia Islamia. These are the some top universities and institutes, colleges which are offering courses, right? Now we have next one, that is physiology. It's a very wide variety, that very wide branch of science basically, where physiologists work exactly. They work upon the organs, anatomy of cell. They work upon the biological components, compounds. They work upon the muscles in the body, and how these cells, how these muscles interact with each other, how they work, and they work together to keep the body functioning in proper manner. So physiology is exactly something which is in which basically different branches are also involved here. The person who is doing physiology, right, the undergraduate program and postgraduate program in physiology, they would be called as a clinical exercise psychologist. They may be called as biomedical scientist, physiotherapist, very common term, physiotherapist, and sports physiotherapists, researchers, teachers and professors. So these are some career opportunities for those people who opt for physiology as a course. Exactly. Some top colleges we have. One of them is Presidency College and Presidency University. Master courses we have offered by Manipal universities and universities of Madras, University of Calcutta. So these are some universities and colleges which are offering the courses in physiology, PG and UG level, right? Along with that, we have one very promising field, that is biotechnology. Last 20 years, this in India is emerging exactly. We cannot say it's a totally emerged out. It's emerging right now, and outside India, it's very prominent. So it's this branch biology basically combine the biology and the technology. It's a combination of different branches, we can say, right? It's a combination of physics, physical phenomena, chemical phenomena, and biological phenomena. All those phenomena combine together and they develop a new branch that is called biotechnology. So biotechnology, exactly, they are meant for the improving crop yield. They are meant for production of good quality of food items, developing drugs to deal with the deadly diseases, right? So we have some career opportunity if the person is doing the PG and higher postgraduate diploma program in biotechnology, and then the person may be absorbed in pharmaceutical companies and healthcare companies as well. They would be work as clinical researchers. Many government and private industries are there who are absorbing these professionals, right? They are mainly meant for the animal husbandry, nutrition, cosmetics. Marine biotechnology is one of the great branch of biotechnology. Environmental conservation, waste management, as such as the sustainable management that is comes here. And these are all different branches. They come in the biotechnology because biotechnology is a huge branch. It's a very wide, right? Very wide. So some top colleges we have: Presidency University, Christian University, Mount Carmel College, Madras Christian College, and Jawaharlal University, and Jamia University. JMI काफी बहुत पुराना इंस्टीट्यूट है इस फील्ड में. Food and agriculture, if we talk about this branch of science, it's mainly deal with the dairy and production of food. It include food sciences, it include agronomy, it include horticulture, it include dairy technology, agriculture engineering. So now today's branch of science, basically it's a combination of different branches exactly. There's the technological part is also involved, engineering part is also involved. So they develop different branches of bioinformatics, biotechnology, and biomedical sciences. They all the combination sciences. So their future prospect is very good, right? Now, what are career opportunities? The common one is include their developmental scientists are there. They develop as a product development scientist, agricultural consultant. They develop themselves as an agricultural manager, research and development. Other opportunities are specific to the particular career, such as horticulturist, floriculturist, food technologist, dairy technologist, soil scientist, plant scientist, animal scientist. That means most of the work here in the branch of food and agriculture as well as biotechnology, they are absorbed as a scientist, as well as in the pharmaceutical company they work as a research developer. Means their main function as in R&D, right? Development of new plant, new products, new kind of foods, beverages, and other things. We have allied sciences as well. There's some allied sciences, that means some people who are not interested in the MBBS, but they want to work in the medical sciences, they want to medical exec. So there we have some other allied sciences, that allied medicines as well, which these branches basically assist the doctors. So these include wide range of careers such as physiotherapy includes here, audiology, occupational therapy, medical lab technology, clinical research, radiology. Yes. Yeah. So career path, career path, we have different colleges we have. So this branch of science is very wide. We have some career opportunity. What are these? They work as a medical lab technologist. They work as a physiotherapist. They work as an occupational therapist, right? Radio technician, optometrist, and they also work as a clinical researchers in different project, different government project, research project, And different pharmaceutical and other universities, they have their own project for developing different medicines, different kind of GMOs as well. So that means that is also involved there. Some top colleges which are offering the PG and UG courses are AIMS, which is one of the topmost, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, Jamia Hamdard University, and the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Indian Institute of Public Health Administration, Christian Medical College, All India Institute of Physical Medical Sciences and Rehabilitations, Indian Institute of Clinical Research, Asian Institute of Health Sciences, Christian Medical College, which is one of the best college, Kasturba Medical College, which is offering radiology, Maulana Azhar Medical College, and Armed Force Medical College, AFMC, which they're offering audiology, right? And Post-Graduate Institute of Medical Education Research Center, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Institute for Physically Handicapped, they are offering physiotherapy courses. So we have different branches in this, and they have very allied, and they are basically allied sciences. If we talk about the pure branches, such as botany is a pure branch, we can say. It's not involving any technology part, not involving any kind of, this is basically pure biological, pure botany part exactly. That means the person is dealing with the plant and plant kingdoms, right? So study of plant, their structure, processes, growth, and the botany conduct research and observation to discover new species of plants, hybrid variety of plant. So no, we cannot say it's not a pure, it's a purely depend upon the one kind of branch. It's also having involvement of several other branches. In botany, we include some genetic parts, so geneticists also involved in this exactly branch as well. What are the career opportunity? With a degree in botany, you can work in landscape, industrial, natural resources center, environmental consultancies, and or as a researcher, as a teacher, as a professor, as a taxonomist, as a horticulturist, and nursery managers, environmental consultant. So we have different, we have wide spectrum, right, for botany as well. And some top colleges are Delhi University, offering BSc program in botany, MSc program botany, PhD, right? St. Xavier colleges, Loyola colleges, St. Teresa colleges, and Stella Maris College, Ferguson College, Mount Carmel, Christian University, Presidency College. So there are different colleges which are offering pure botany as a branch, right? If we talk about the zoology, it's basically study the animals and animal behavior. That means they are studying the organism. The person is studying the animal and animal kingdom exactly. So zoologists analyze structure, life processes, genetics, physiology, classification, interactions of various species of animals. They are observing. They are meant for development of new varieties of organism, hybrid varieties, right, in the laboratories. So we have career opportunity about this. With a degree of zoology, we can find work as a researcher. The degree should be at least MSc degree or PG. That means PG. After PG, you should be a doctorate or postdoctorate. So they work as animal breeder, wildlife rehabilitators, wildlife biologist, zoo curator, and conservationist. Teachers and professionals as one of the right. So all these are the career opportunity in case of a person who is opting for zoology as a main branch. Some top colleges we have: St. Xavier, Presidency College, St. Albert's College, Oxford College of Science in Delhi. Various other colleges we have: Loyola College, Christian University, Madras University, Madras Christian College are here. So they are offering UG program, PG program in zoology, pure zoology. If you talk about environmental science, I already told you about the environmental sciences, right, and sustainable agriculture. So career opportunity we have discussed already about it. So this is all about your those students who think about yes, they want to develop your career as a biologist. If you opt for a PCB program, right? Yes. Any doubt you can ask, Bachum.
Yeah, we are ready to take questions if you have any. Do you want to ask something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Uday, we can hear you.
I wanted to ask that what's the difference between like BTech in computer engineering and like computer applications in IT, because you mentioned them as two separate career choices.
They are two separate career choices. See, the difference is that if you take if you have done BTech and chosen computer science engineering, you'll get a technical degree, and when you have chosen BCA, so that's not a technical degree, that is a non-technical degree. Okay, so there is a difference basically. Difference in the sense that when you do BCA, you only uh, can work in industry where the application part is there. Means the coding, pure coding part of that. You cannot deal with the hardware part of it. So, but if you have done BTech in computer science engineering, you can even get into hardware part of it, chip designing and writing codes for chips. So, doing machine languages and these things. So, these are only done when you have done computer science engineering. If you have done computer application, then you can write pure softwares, software codes basically. So, this is the difference. And any time during this when there is a job opportunity, computer science engineer will be given a higher priority than computer application person, BCA person. So that will be the difference basically.
And I also wanted to know, like, is there a difference between like bachelor's of computer science, like you said, like computer engineering and BTech? So is there a difference between those two?
See, that's what BTech and BE is the degree, and then you have branches there. So computer science engineering is one of the branch which is there in BTech. So there can be a mechanical engineer, there can be a computer science engineer, there can be an electronics engineer. So computer science is a branch, BTech and BE is a degree basically. Now BCA is another branch and another degree basically, completely different from BTech, right? That degree is for writing computer applications basically, for jobs in writing computer applications. Then you have one more degree, BSc in computer science. So that's again different from BCA. So these all three, BCA and BSc in computer science, they are very similar, but still there is a difference. There will be certain job opportunities which will be there only for BCA people, and there will be certain job opportunities which will be there only for BSc computer science. Okay, so that's the difference. Again, if I talk about priority, BTech in computer science engineering is the top priority one. Then comes BCA, and then comes BSc in computer science.
Okay. Understood.
Anyone else you want to ask something? If you want to ask something, you can ask. We give you some time for question and answer session. I think if there is no such question, then we can end the session, because most of the students have already gone. Maybe it was a longer session for everyone, but we tried to combine all the career opportunities which is possible after choosing PCM and PCB, right? So there are many career options, and we had to talk about every career option. It won't be wise if I only talk about IITs and Sir talks about NEET, because that everyone knows. But there are many such career options which no one knows right now, and no one knows the importance of that. And those are more important as compared to engineering and normal NEET degree. So let's end the session today then, and then whatever doubts you have, you can ask the doubts. Okay.
I have one more doubt.
Yeah.
Like if I want to pursue a career in like artificial intelligence, so first I'll have to do a BTech as an undergrad. Then what will I have to do as a postgrad?
So basically, you take BTech or BE as an undergrad course with computer science specialization, means computer science branch में. And then what you do when you do MTech or MS, then you choose artificial intelligence and machine learning these as your specialization.
Okay.
And after that, you can start working in artificial intelligence field. Just after undergraduate degree, you will not be able to do work in artificial intelligence. You will have to do a postgraduate program as well.
Yes.
Anyone else who has? So, okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining in. Bye and take care, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.